Padaya Krishna Prashnaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Danut Pranam to all devotees. I welcome all of you for this. Today's chapter is really very amazing, especially for neophyte devotees. As I told yesterday, if you remember, 3 types of devotees are there. Neophyte are the beginners, like all of us. We are trying to learn what is K is, what is C is, Krishna consciousness, right? So this chapter will help all of us to, gradually improve, gradually go towards Krishna. Hare Krishna. So what we have learned is, the first chapter, all of you know, it was setting the army, setting the battlefield, etc. And Arjuna loses all his compassion and, what is it, sin, everything. He says, I will not fight, O Krishna. He says, then what happened? Krishna gives him answer for everything. Whatever you're thinking is wrong. He proved it in the 2nd chapter. So 2nd chapter was Jnana Yukta Karma, in fact. And then he proceeded towards the yoga. Because he told in between, you remember, we have to control our senses like a tortoise, it withdraws all its senses and all that he told. Then he came to bhakti. See, in this chapter, we are going to learn about the middle portion of 2nd chapter. That's all. 2nd chapter talks about Karma Yoga and Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, all. So that portion about the Ashtanga Yoga. 3rd chapter, what happened? Arjuna asked him a question. Krishna, please tell me. First you say renounce, then you say fight. If I have to renounce, why should I fight? I'll go to the forest and renounce. Then Krishna told, renouncing is not the work, Arjuna. Renouncing means sacrificing the results of the work. That is renouncing. You are supposed to do work. Varnashrama Dharma has been created, developed for that purpose, to maintain discipline in the society. This word is very important. If Varnashrama Dharma is not there, in the society, there will be no discipline. Anybody will, all those who are born with the Tamoguna, if they do the Brahmanas work, how is it possible even to imagine? People who are in Tamoguna, how will they be able to understand the supreme objective of the Vedas, which is Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. What is Samsiddhir Haritoshanam? Every activity has to be done for pleasing the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. So then again in 4th chapter, he continued. Because it was a very important question. In 3rd chapter, middle only, Arjuna asked a wonderful question once again. So Krishna continued 4th chapter. Yesterday again he told, okay, I understood very well. But still, he wanted to know more about Nishkama Karma Yoga as well as Ashtanga Yoga. So today Krishna is explaining Ashtanga Yoga. What is Ashtanga Yoga? That is what he is going to explain today. Hare Krishna. If you all ask doubts, it will be very wonderful. I'll be in a position to understand how to change either the methodology or how to focus, all those things. So I humbly request all of you. It's all a learning platform. Don't ever think that we have learned that it's why. No, as I told you, sincerely I'm telling you, Bhagavad Gita, whenever I read once again, every new things I am getting. Today I have noted 2 more verses, we will share. After the class is over, I will share the screen from Veda base and we will discuss. Every day is a learning for us. So all of you just be very free to ask any kind of doubt. Maybe that will help others also. Maybe that will help me. I don't know the answer. I will learn from my Shiksha Guru and come and share with you all. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, today's chapter is controlling the mind. Whole game is controlling the mind, right? Because we have earlier seen that if we try to control the mind, we cannot. Why? Mind, it's very subtle. What is when we subtle? We can't see, we can't touch. So a thing which you can't touch, which you can't see, can you control it? If I know a lamp is burning, a child is going to catch it. Say, for example, a child is crawling and going near the lamp. We immediately run and lift the child with our hand. We can control our action. Even if you are doing something very urgent, control our action, run there with our legs and lift the child with our hand. Karmendriya can be easily controlled, I mean to say. Jnanendriya, little difficult, because again, the seeing, hearing, all those things that is tanmatraye, that they are little more subtler. We learned that 3.42, that is senses are much subtler than the gross matter. Mind is subtler than the senses. Intelligence is subtler than the mind. So subtle things are very difficult to control. That is why soul is extremely difficult to control. How can you complete? What is controlling the soul? Eradicating the desire. The soul should nothing. The soul should desire, isn't it? Soul desires, mind makes plan. Three doers are there. Mind makes plan, Paramatma sanctions, and the material nature makes it happen. Who are the three doers? Mind, Paramatma, and material nature. Material nature gives shape. See, my soul only desires, and it is aloof. Soul is totally aloof. Soul said, I want to live in a big, lavish, luxurious building. That's all. Soul gave the desire. Aha, the mind starts thinking, can I do 3 time work? 24 hours are there. 6 hours in different 3 places if I work. From morning 6 o'clock to 6 hours 12. Then again 1 to 6. Again in the night 6 to 12. If I can work, I can earn a lot of money. Okay, the mind is making so many plans how to earn more money, to buy a farmhouse, a luxurious house to live. Then the Paramatma thinks, oh, this child of mine, so sorry, my child. You want to enjoy the material nature? Enjoy. I have created it only for your benefit. Tatastu, Paramatma says. Once the Tatastu comes from Paramatma, the material nature will start working on it. Why? Material nature is Durga Devi. Lord's exterior potency. Lord gave instruction to Durga Devi. What is the instruction he gave? Oh, Durga Devi, whatever my children want, you have to sanction. All the devatas have been given this instruction. So Durga Devi, the exterior energy, he told, create this material nature. And he created the living entities with his marginal potency. Tomorrow's lesson, that is 7th chapter, is about the Lord's 3 types of energies. Okay, so Durga Devi is inferior energy, exterior energy. She will immediately listen to him because the Paramatma told Tathastu. That's a message to the material nature, means Durga Devi. So that helps us. Material nature helps us. Okay, we have got the money. We will bring the material. We will call for labor. All those things are material energy. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand. Sukshma things are very difficult to control. Arjuna himself will ask in today's chapter, oh Krishna, I can't control my mind. Okay, but a very wrong understanding in the society is there. Yoga means people think it is physical exercise, like doing some asana, controlling the physical body. That is what is yoga, people are thinking. So this is not the yoga. What is this yoga according to you? Definitely not. Some sannyasis, Falgu Vairagya, yesterday we saw, right? Who only changes their dress and who has not controlled their mind. So, okay, that means the mind has not been purified. Those people do all these things. Okay, so office yoga, this yoga, these days, somewhere I see, what is that? Something called, I think, face yoga. So many, in order to earn money. Okay, people have started doing. But Ashtanga yoga, even Krishna recommends. Why? Ashtanga. If you are not able to control the 8 limbs, our body, how will we be able to chant? How can we do devotion? Devotion has to be done fully focused. You remember the second chapter? Ekaha kurunandana. Vyavasayatmika buddhi, ekaha kurunandana. Bahushakaya nantasha. Buddhayo vyavasayinam, he told. If the mind is ekaha kurunandana, fully focused on me, only then you can proceed in yoga. Bahushakaya nantasha. If mind is going, we say no in English, jack of all, master of none. So if we keep our 2 legs on 2 boats, can we cross over the ocean? Definitely not. So Ashtanga Yoga, Krishna also recommends. Why? Only for disciplining our mind. So today's chapter is disciplining the mind. How to discipline so that we are able to chant very well early in the morning in the Brahma Muhurta without the mind running around all the direction. Mala to karme pirai, mu pirai manumai, manuva dasadis pirai, yato sumirananahi. Kabir Dasa said, right? In schools we used to learn Kabir Doga. He says, Mala to karme pirai, mugu pirai, Ram, 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 manuvan dasadis pirai. Is that a meditation? Definitely not. Okay, it's really a wonderful chapter, and Krishna is culminating the first karma yoga. Do activity, do activity. He keeps on saying, no, this is wonderful activity. Sit, control your senses, meditate. Ashta anga. In fact, in Kapiladev, Aditya and Kashyapa Muni's son, that is Bhagavan himself came. Kapil Deva is Bhagavan. He himself is one of the avatar. He came, and he, who is that? Devagut, the Aditi. She accepted him as his guru. And he, she accepted him as guru, and she requested him to explain this yoga system. So he explained, Krishna, no, he explained the beautiful yoga system. But today's the definition of yoga is, it is totally eroded. As we saw in the 4th chapter, Krishna told, oh Arjuna, this Bhagavad Gita I told long back. So every millennium I say, but people keep on writing different purport. The total inert meaning is eroded. He said, no, like that the meaning is totally changed now. Ashta Anga. I would say Ashtanga is 5 Indriya plus the Man Buddhi Ahankar, controlling them. But okay, here in this Ashtanga Yoga system, Patanjali has written a beautiful Patanjali Yoga Sutra on Ashtanga Yoga. There he has explained 8 limbs. Limbs means 8 different parameters. Okay, there he says it starts with Yam. The first one is Yama. You are able to see in the PPT, Yama, Yam Niyamasan, Pranayam Pratyahara, Dharnadya, Samadhi, like that if we can see. Because Yam Niyamasan, Pranayam Pratyahara, they all are actually speaking, what to say, exterior. Somewhat there is a connection between the exterior world and we, ourselves. But Dharnadya and Samadhi is between us and the Supreme. Okay, so that is internal. Okay, first, Yam. What all we have to restrict, Niyam, what all we have to follow. Very, very important. Yam has got 5 limbs inside. Yam also is there. What is it? Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha. Ahimsa, all of us know non-violence. Ahimsa, Satya, truth. We all have to speak truth, right? So we should restrict speaking untruth. Ahimsa, Asteya, non-stealing. Brahmacharya, celibacy. Aparigraha. Parigraha means collection. We should not collect more than what is needed. Anybody, I know so many people, they proudly say, I used to hear, now I have cut off myself totally from the exterior world. But, people used to say, we don't wear the same dress in a year. I mean, in a year, I don't remember. They used to say, we never wear. Once if we have worn, we never wear. Like that and all people. That is why the inflation goes up. Artha, Kama, that economic development, inflation goes up like anything because unnecessary things are bought. Krishna says in Ishopanishad, it is said, Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkinta jagatyam jagat. Everything belongs to the Lord. We should not take others' property. Some people are starving without having anything to eat. Some people do not have any dress. Some people heaps of clothes. That means what? We are intruding into others' property. That's what Krishna, that's what Ishopanidhas beautifully says. Tena tektena bunjita magrida kasya svidhanam. What should be our objective? We should not, capture others' property. Whatever the Lord has allotted for us, we should be satisfied with that. That's a beautiful verse. That is an invocation prayer in Ishopanishad. If you search, you can get, or if I'll keep it ready tomorrow, I will say Isha Vasyam. That's life-changing formula. You keep on telling that formula, yeah, it helped me. Sincerely, I'm telling you, after that, maybe in the last, maybe 10 years, I myself would not have bought even a single dress for myself. Because so we think, when people are, it is Lord's property. Why are we wasting it? We should not. In fact, in 18th chapter, we will study, even to produce that any one product, cloth, for example, 5 elements are required. All these 5 elements belongs to the Supreme Lord. Adhisthana, Manaschayam, Karta, Karanam, Vividaksha, Cheshta, like that. That will come in 8th chapter, I'll explain. But for the timing, we can think all the other things which help in producing something belongs to the Supreme Lord. Then comes Niyam. In Niyam, Shaucham. That is very, very important. Interior and exterior cleaning. Tapaswadhyaya and Tapaswadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanani. That is, Tapa is austerity. Swadhyaya. We all are reading, it's like a kind of swadhyaya. But actual swadhyaya is taking the scripture in our hand, reading it for ourselves for at least some time in a day. So that, Srila Prabhupada, how many books I showed in the PPT. Take Ishopanishad. The purport has been written so wonderfully by Prabhupada. Such a small book. Keep one book, small books are there, Srila Prabhupada's books. Everything is available in Veda base. I will request Neha Mataji, if she is there, to share the link of Veda base. Veda base is, it's a vast ocean. Daily you allocate some time for reading also, we can't finish. So all of you read Srila Prabhupada's book, okay? Hare Krishna. So Yam and Niyam is the rules prohibited, do's and don'ts, like that you can take. We take admission anywhere, they give one pamphlet, prospectus. They do's written, don'ts written. If you agree to it only, we can join the organization. Is it not? Let it be any organization, whether you want to work or you want to study, educational organization, whatever it is. Okay, these are the do's and don'ts. Yam and Niyam. Asana is the physical posture. Why Krishna recommends asana? Because when we try to do asana, our physical exterior body, that is the indriya, have to listen to us. All the indriyas have to listen, in the sense we hold a certain portion in asana. When we hold, the breath is held. The position in which we are there, that is held for a minute. So slowly, gradually, when we practice that, the body starts listening to us. So obviously, if the body listens to us, only the mind will be able to listen. Again and again, I am saying, from the gross, we have to go to the subtle. Okay, gross is the physical body, subtle is the mind. So try to control the gross, sense control. Mind control starts with, you remember that, what is it, horse picture? All the 5 horses are 5 senses, and it is pulled by reins of the reins. That rein is the mind. Mind has to pull the senses. If senses are stronger than mind, sense will run. Mind will run behind. Yes or no? Imagine like that. If horses are stronger than the mind, all 5 horses will pull the mind in 5 directions. But if mind is stronger, we can pull it easily. So if we try to make the mind stronger, we may not be able to succeed, because the mind is very, very subtle. We can't even catch it. We can't even touch it. How can we? But the senses we are able to see, no? So start from sense control. Automatically, the horses will not run. So for the mind, it is easier to control the senses. Hare Krishna. So beautiful. Okay. So first we saw One more thing I will tell that also, please bring that picture into your mind. In the second chapter, or I think third or fourth chapter, I forgot. One PPT we saw. That is, first is Annamaya. That is the Annamaya, then Pranamaya, then Jnana, then Vijnana, then Ananda. 5 sleeves. We saw a pyramid type picture. You remember? That is the physical, then the prana, that is the senses, then was the jnana, then vijnana. So the body, the exterior body is Annamaya Kosha. People who are satisfied with eating, mating, sleeping, that's it. Then the next level of people who are satisfied are the sense. What is that? Same Pranamaya Kosha. That they know, no, only by eating and sleeping, mating, my life does not. There is one thing known as 10 types of pranas running in my body. I have to purify that. I have to take care of that prana. Om prana iswaha, apana iswaha. Otherwise also you should have seen the Brahmanas, when they do achamanam also they do. First they make the air. But they do namaskar to that, then they put the ahuti into the stomach. Because these jatagni, we know in our stomach jatagni is there. That helps us to digest the food what we eat. In 15th chapter, Krishna will say, I am that jatagni. He will say that the digestion fire which is in your stomach, I am that jatagni, he is going to say. So everything is that soul enters. That is why the prana enters this body. We are able to breathe. Till the time the soul enters the body, we are not able to breathe. So it is very essential to control the breathing system. Actually speaking, according to Patanjali Yoga Sutra, if you study, everyone breathes reverse, ulta, opposite. Actually speaking, when we inhale, the stomach is supposed to come out. If you sit and observe, when you inhale, the stomach will go. Because we have not given any heed, we have not given any importance to the breathing system. So those who do pranayam, those who do yoga, they can. Inhaling, their belly will come out. And slowly, they know to hold for a second, then only they will exhale. Exhaling, slowly it has to go inside. So the ratio is actually 1:2:4, but reverse we do. If we hold for 1 minute, we can't, we suffocate and we want to throw it out. So the nature itself telling, take less, 1. Breathe in only 1. Double, hold it. Leave 4, 1:2:4. So I always used to say, no, the nature is teaching us what you take should be only 1. What you hold with you may be okay. You endeavored, keep double. But what you have to give it back to the society should be 4 times. Such a beautiful lesson it is, no? But we do ulta. We, like take in more long, and that's what it is. Take a long, deep breath. In pranayam they teach. But the ratio is 1:2:4. So that is, what is pranayam? Controlling the inhalation and exhalation. That is the cessation of slowly, gradually controlling the holding ability of the prana. Okay. Then during COVID and all, we all might have seen, that oxygen was not available. So many people might have died because of this. There was no oxygen. But when we get it freely, we don't give any importance. Who gave this oxygen? From where it is coming? Such a beautiful system. It is in the, what do you call, law of material nature. What is law of material nature is doing? You see, even the trees give us oxygen, but we cut the trees in turn. We don't understand. The trees absorb the carbon dioxide, what we exhale. If that system is not there, imagine, we would not be existing. There will be no fresh oxygen. So Lord has created, seriously, I'm telling, like the same way I used to wonder, in forest and all, who feeds them? The law, again, height wise, the Lord has created, so that like a zebra, giraffe, they all, as they grow taller, the topmost branches will be left with if a giraffe is not there. And similarly, other animals who creep, or who are of low height, they will be starving. there will be no leaf for them, for the herbivores. And some animals he has created as carnivores, so that there is no dearth for food for herbivores. How can we call it as, all came by Big Bang theory? I don't understand. The law, I mean, Lord's law is really beautiful. If you follow that, there will be no chaos. That is what the whole chapter today is, discipline. That mainly it is discipline. Pratyahara. This is again, like controlling the senses. So slowly we are going inward now. Till now we were dealing with the exterior world. Okay, don't talk the untruth things and keep yourself clean, all those things, like exterior body. Now, pratyahara, control the senses. Because once we control the senses, please fill in the attendance, devotees. Okay. Once we control the senses, the mind will automatically fall on the way. Okay. So after the mind control is initiated, then Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. Dharana is simply concentration. That's all. We can't concentrate for more than a minute also. Very, very difficult. Unless and until we practice, become an expert in this, but we cannot. Concentration. So when we are able to practice, able to concentrate, what will happen? During our meditation, this concentration, what happens is, so different thoughts coming. So Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare, maybe 5-10 times I chant. Some thought, what will I cook for lunch today? Okay. Then again another 10. Then it will come, I was supposed to go to the market. When should I go? Like that, different thought comes. But in dhyana, what happens? Same thought will come and again and again and again. Samprajnata Samadhi, Prajnata Samprajnata Samadhi. That means that thoughts are minimized and we come to one thought. That thought can be anything. But when we go to Samadhi, there again, only one thought, that is about the Param Supreme. So what is Ashtanga Yoga? 8 limbs. What is the purpose of this? Connecting us with the Supreme. So in Ashtanga Yoga also connection between the Lord happens. So Krishna recommends Dhyana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga or this yogic system. They are known as Dhyanis. That's the Karma Yogi, Nishkama Karma Yogi, they are Dhyanis. That is till the 5th chapter he told. Here it is yogis. And next he will talk about from tomorrow the devotees, that is bhaktas. So he is telling level wise. Okay, Arjuna, Nishkama Karma is okay. Very good. I don't deny. But better than Nishkama Karma is yogi. So remember one thing. Karma Yoga is karma yoga, what is it? Surrendering the effects of the karma with devotion for the Supreme Lord. Everywhere bhakti will be there. Bhakti cannot be, because we are part and parcel. That Supreme Lord is in us. How can we say we are totally aloof of this? We can't. Ultimately, all the paths lead to the same. But see, elevator is there. Wherever we go to the mall, elevator is also there. Staircases are also there. Staircases also will take you to the respective floors. You go to the elevator, switch on, that also will take. So ultimate destination is there. Are you going by doing Karma Yoga, perfect yourself, then you do Dhyana Yoga, perfect yourself, then you become a devotee, or go to the elevator, straight away you press the elevator, go to Goloka. It is in your hand. So if you want to go directly to Goloka, Bhakti Yoga is the only ultimate. But if Krishna tells only about Bhakti, nobody will come in this path. Oh, it's not our cup of tea, they will think. So he's talking, you do all work, no problem. At the end of the day, before going to bed, Sarvam Krishna Arpanamastu, you say and sleep, my dear child. So everyone will be very happy. Oh, Krishna is telling me to enjoy, they will think. So he started with Karma Yoga. Then he slowly went to Nishkama Karma Yoga. Do your activity, slowly surrender this thing to the Lord. Then comes, don't get attached to the work at all here. He says, don't get attached to the work. Do the work, surrender the effect also. Automatically, when we are not attached to the work, however the effect is, we will not be bothered. If we are attached to the work, then we will be bothered. If the result is not good, we will be bothered. If we are attached to work, if the result is too good, because of my effort, I did it. We will forget that Vividaksha Prataksh Cheshta Daivim Cha Panchamam. Daivim Panchamam, fifth element in any work happening is the Daivim Tatastu by the Paramatma. We forget that. And we will say, Prakrite Kriyamanani, Gunaiha Karmani Sarvashaga, Ahankara Vimudatma. I did it. I factor. The mind, no, in the mind that I is there. That will never go. That is why even when we go to forest, we try to elevate, go to Himalaya also, that I comes, we fall down. As yesterday I shared the examples of Vishwamitra, twice he fell down, so many. Bharat Maharaj, okay. But discipline, I will talk about Bharat Maharaj's next birth once we finish. So are you able to understand? Yam Niyam Asan. Yam Niyam is the rules and regulation to start with. When children are in class 1, 2, 3, 4, we tell them how to come to school, how to sit, how to go in line. They have to come in uniform, all those things. Slightly they go to again middle school. The rules are different for them. Same rules do not follow for them. We won't teach them how to go in line. Instead, we will teach them PT exercise, etc., everything which will help them to control their body and mind. Like that. So class-wise, it differs. So same way here also it is. We are gradually moving to from the karmis to the yogis. Karma yoga to Ashtanga yoga we are coming. So yogis are better than karmis. Okay, but in yoga, in the Ashtanga yoga also bhakti. I told you, remember in Niyam last one, I said Ishvara Pranidhanani. Tapa Swadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanani. These three put together known as Karma Yoga. Tapa, austerity, Swadhyaya, studying, reading the scripture. Again activity, karma. Do karma, do austerity, Ishvara Pranidhanani, do devotional activity. That's why I said devotion is attached. That is another reason why Bhakti Yoga is in between in Bhagavad Gita. This side Karma Yoga, that side Jnana Yoga, in between Bhakti Yoga. Because Bhakti is in both the yogas. Jnana Yoga also, Karma Yoga also. Hare Krishna. Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi comes later, once we are able to control the mind. Before that, we have to go through these 5 processes. Yam, Niyam, and Pranayama and Pratyahara. So till the time we withdraw our senses, mind cannot be controlled. The same thing it is. So external discipline Yam, internal discipline Niyam, posture meditation, pranayam breath control, withdrawal of senses pratyahara, concentration, meditation, and integration with the supreme. Okay, so 6 to 10 talks about Yam. What did I say in Yam? Yam talks about Satya, Satya Asteya, Ahimsa. Ahimsa, Satya Asteya, Brahmacharya, Pratyahara. Sorry, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha. 5. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha. Next one. Shaucha, Santosha, Tapa, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani. 5. Shaucha Santosha. That is the real happiness. We have been studying, equipoised. Duality is not there, in which a person who does not have duality to the pain and pleasure, sukha dukkha, correct? So that is, this person will always be happy, come whatever, accept as Krishna Prasadam. Okay, so that is Santosha. Shaucham, cleanliness, not only exteriorly, interiorly, Anartha Nivarti Visa, Kama, Krodha, Moga, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya. Cleaning it. Today's lecture, I will tell at the end. Today, I attended to one lecture in the morning that was telling about the actual Anartha Nivarti. Today only I understood that, like really what is Anartha Nivarti. We'll come back to that. Okay, then comes 6.11 to 6.14. This is very, very important. You all read, then we will understand why Arjuna gets a next doubt. Okay, lay kusha grass. Fine, okay. Somehow we will do it. Cover it with a deer skin. How can we approach or obtain a deer skin? Seat, and the seat should be neither too high nor too low, and it should be in a sacred place, means isolated. Go to forest and do. One should hold his body, neck erect, everything. We are not even able to sit still for few minutes. How can we? Okay, then we have to see. Krishna says very clearly, you have to do all these things. It is Krishna's instruction. So you have to see this Nasagraha. Okay, then unagitated and subdued mind, devoid of fear. This is very important. Yesterday we saw half of the time, 90% of the time is either lamenting about the past or fearing about the future. What is it? Dukkha, shoka, no, what is it? Shoka Maya. I'm forgetting that phrase. Shoka, moha, bhaya. Shoka is lamentation about the past. Moha is the desire, the attachment in the present. And bhaya is about the future. So main bhakti is what? We have to come out of all those things. What is the mind game? Forget about the past, forget about the future. Don't be attached to the present. If we are attached to the present, only moha will come. No lust. Lust is akama yesha krodha yesha. Kama mashritya dushpuran, kama, everywhere. The lust, because lust is the reason for greed, same way lust is the reason for anger also. Trividhanaraka syedam dwaram nashanam atmanaga kama krodha tata lobha. These three are the gates for naraka. I think in 17th or 16th chapter it comes. Kama, krodha, lobha. So what we have to do? We have to subdue our mind devoid of fear. If fear should not be there, lust should not be there. If desire is there, fear comes. Will I be able to fulfill my desire? That fear comes. Okay? Completely free from sex life. I told in Yama, celibacy, brahmacharya. Ahimsa satya steya brahmacharya. One should meditate upon me. Now these are all the rules Krishna is saying, you do it. All of you think I can't do it. Definitely for sure. How much ever we practice. Okay, pranayama. Practice stopping the movement of the outgoing breath into incoming and incoming breath into outgoing. And thus it talks about in trance. If you all remember, 4th chapter, transcendental knowledge. What did we learn? Brahmarpanam brahmakhavir, brahmagno brahmanahutam, brahmaivatena gantavyam, brahma karma samadhina. There was a verse. Anything you do it as a sacrifice. You breathe, do it as a sacrifice. The air is going inside, ahuti to the belly, where the Lord is residing in the form of Jatagni. Agam Vaishwanaro Bhutva. Praninam Dekam Ashritaka. Aham Vaishwanaro. I am the Jatagni. Bhutva. Praninam, in all living entity. Degam Ashritaha. I am seated in your body in the name of Jatagni in your belly. Thus, I help you to digest 4 types of food. This is what he says, I think in 15.14, 15th chapter, 14th verse, he says. So the Lord is saying, when you inhale, that is an ahuti to me. When you exhale, that is also an ahuti to me. Whatever you do, whatever you sacrifice, you go to work, you do, think that it is an ahuti to me. That is what is detachment from the result. Renunciation of the results of the karma is that only. Do everything as a sacrifice to me. I think 9.27. Note down. Today you go through the verse. I don't want to tell. Beautiful it is. Whatever you do, whatever means eat, sacrifice, anything, do it as an obligation to me. Do it as a sacrifice to me. He once again says in 9.27. Okay. So here it is, that is what pranayam. You inhale, it is an ahuti to me. You exhale, it is an ahuti to me. Like that, if you think, you will be able to regulate. Chitta, what is it? Cessation of the incoming and outgoing breath with particular interval of time is known as pranayama. Okay, it's beautifully defined in Patanjali Yoga Sutra book. Pratyahara, we already saw. All the kurmangani vadeyate, like a tortoise, you control all your senses. That is really difficult. But when you see next verse will come, why do we say difficult? 6.34, the verse will come. Disciplines his mental activities in dharana and becomes situated in trance, devoid of all material desire. He is said to have attained yoga, devoid of all material desire. I want to eat this, I want to go there, I want to wear this, I want to talk to this person. Any desire, devoid of. Only then we will be able to concentrate. Dharana is only concentration. It's a beginning for meditation. Next is meditation. Dhyana, as a lamp, how we have to meditate? If a lamp, imagine, is kept in a place wherein the breeze is there, wind is there, will the lamp stay straight? It will be oscillating. But where there is no wind at all, we cover it. No, these days in open, we have to do Damodar Arati. We take the lamp will be learning. We put one jar above that. That jar will not let the lamp go off. The lamp will not oscillate. So the mind should not oscillate. In dharana, mind keeps oscillating. You try to concentrate, mind will go. Give a tappat to the mind. He says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, like you hit early in the morning, your mind with your slipper, hit and hit and hit. And before going to bed in the night, hit your mind with the slippers, he says. Only then also the mind will not listen to us. Whose mind is controlled only will be able to stand like a lamp in a windless place. Otherwise, the mind wavers. We cannot concentrate. Okay? Okay, then last comes samadhi. Samadhi is one never unshaken. You go on hilao, you go and shake them. They will not even know somebody is coming and shaking me. Is it not that kind of samadhi? Even after that, people fall down. Yesterday, I told Shaubari Muni, he was sitting like this only, the picture, what you are seeing, inside the water for so many years. I told you finally, he landed up marrying so many, 40 girls of a same king, princess. Okay. That's a story. So they can also fall down. Why I mean to say is, after going to Samadhi also they can fall down. So only place where we cannot fall, we will not fall. Janma karma cha me divyam yevam yo veti tattvataha tektva dekam punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. Once you come to me, my parandam, you will never come back, Arjuna. Krishna said no in the 4th chapter. Okay. Are you willing to live this yoga system? Are you willing to give? Are you willing to give this yoga system a try? I can't. You all can ask yourself. Is Arjuna able to? That is a big question. See, Arjuna is fully focused. Yes or no? Arjuna, all the stories we know very well. Draupadi Swayamvar, this, like when they were in exile, and this one, that bird story, we discussed already all three in our previous classes. That Arjuna, who had one-pointed focusness, Ekaha Kurunandana, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. Vyavasayatmika Buddhi is one-pointed focus. That Arjuna. One more example is given for Arjuna's what do you call that? Strength. One more word I wanted to say instead of strength. Arjuna's that extraordinary ability of controlling himself. What happened once when they were in exile? Exile means what? They don't have any other work. They have to go for hunting, whatever they get, and they have to get it, accumulate, come and eat that only. So he went. He was aiming one, that's, what is that? Jangaliswar, pig. So, but before that, Shiva wanted to test Arjuna's ability, because Arjuna went for a one Devaloka Yatra. Even during that time only Indra also gave him that one, what is that? That Ashtra. Here, Shiva will give him Pashupatashtra. So, Brahmastra, Indra gave Brahmastra. Shiva is giving Pashupatashtra. So, he was hiding. Shiva also thought, I want to check his strength. Okay. They all know Balam Balavatan Chagam. Ishvara only. Ishvara comes in the form of Bal. But it is all, Leelas. Lord's Leelas. So he hid behind one tree. Who? Shiva. He came in the name of Kirat. Kirat, he came in the form of a tribal man. Arjuna was also hiding behind a tree. and both of them were aiming the same forest pig. Both okay, both of them are, there is no doubt at all. So the pig died now. Both came out to claim that it is my prey. This is what they want to do. So their fight started. Tu meme, it started. Then Lord Shiva started fighting with him. And Arjuna initially fought. Then later he realized, oh, this is not a normal person who is fighting with me. He cannot be a normal person the way he is fighting. Then he surrendered. Then he told, kindly tell me, who are you? Then Shiva showed his original form and he gave him the Pashupatastra. That is why in the second chapter, Arjuna is saying, Krishna is telling, no, oh Arjuna, all the Devatas are also considered you as a Superman. Indra gave a Pashupatastra, Indra gave a Brahmastra and Shiva gave Pashupatastra. Those people also will be breaking their kite. This Arjuna who ran away from the battle, to whom I gave all these things, they will think. So it's a shame on you. Don't run. The Arjuna, Krishna told you, remember in second chapter. This is Markandeya Muni, Narayan. Narayan. Actually, it is actually Arjuna only. Narayan, Badrikashram. They gave darshan to Markandeya Muni. And here we have already seen Arjuna surrendering to Krishna, telling, oh Krishna, now you see, this is the verse I have been talking about. Arjuna is having doubt to see all the previous slides, what you do. Give a try to a yoga system. You say, are you ready to give a try to this yoga system? You remember that slide? So Arjuna is saying, Chanchalam ki managa Krishna pramati balavadridam tatsyagam nigraham manye vayoriva dushkaram. Su dushkaram. Dushkaram means difficult. Su means very. Su. That word su says, swar, suswar. Very beautiful swar. Like Suswagatam, Swagatam, welcome. Suswagatam, most welcome. So Su adds this is a prefix for a very good thing. Sudushkaram, very, very difficult. Okay, what is very, very difficult? Vayoriva dushkaram, difficult than controlling the wind. Vayu is wind. Than controlling. What is so difficult to control than the wind? Chanchalam hi manaha Krishna. My mind, oh Krishna. Chanchal. Chanchal is what? Keep hopping from one place to one place. That is why Lakshmi is Chanchala. Lakshmi is another name you all know, I hope. Chanchala Devi, we call it as. Because she doesn't stay in one place. She keeps on moving. Okay, Chanchala Devi. So Chanchal means keep on moving. My mind keeps on moving faster than the wind. It is so difficult, more difficult than controlling the wind. This is what Arjuna is saying. So Arjuna is not willing to give a try to this system. It depends whether you and I are. I also will not be able to. For the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate. Obstinate is like a clock. It keeps moving. No, it doesn't stop for a while also, unless and until the key is over. And very strong. Oh, Krishna, to subdue it, I think is more difficult than controlling the wind. Beautiful answer Krishna tells. And the whole chapter is about this answer only. Oh, the verse is not given. Okay. Arjuna, Krishna says, Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Asamshayam Mahabaho, Asamshayam Mahabaho. Oh, Mahabaho, there is no doubt at all. Manodur Nigraham Chalam. Mind will be like that only. It will be like that. But Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena Vairagyena Cha Grahyate. Vairagya, detachment. Abhyasa, practice. Practice makes a man perfect. So, for one whose mind is unbridled, self-realization is difficult. If your mind is unbridled, if it keeps on oscillating, self-realization is difficult, Arjuna. But he whose mind is controlled. You remember the chapter, I mean one verse, what is it? Anatmanatu satshatrutve vartetatmaiva shatruvat. He said, no, the controlled mind is your friend and uncontrolled mind is your enemy, right? Bandhur atmatmanastasya evatmaivatmana jitaga, mana jitaga. One who has jita, one who has won, the W-O-N, one, the mind, that is their friend. Anatmanatu shatrutve. If you have not controlled your mind, that is your shatrutve, that is your enemy. Okay, that's what he is saying. But he whose mind is controlled and who strives by right means is assured of success. What is this right means? There it is underlined. Above you see detachment. Practice, and how can we control? By practice. How can another way, one more, what is one more means? Detachment. This detachment we have already seen. Last 2-3 days, two types of detachment. What are they? Vairagya is detachment. Falgu Vairagya and Yukta Vairagya. Said na Falgu Vairagya. There is a verse, a beautiful verse is given in the same chapter. Falgu Vairagya and Yukta Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya, I said, you remember? Anna, what was that verse? Yesterday I said, na. Anatmanastu Shatrutve Shatrita. Okay, leave that. It will come. I'll tell when the verse comes. So that will be in today's lecture only. अनासक्तस्य विषयान् यथार्घम् उपयुञ्जते निर्बन्धे कृष्ण संबंधे युक्त वैराग्यम उच्यते. That is yukta vairagyam. Come whatever, all our senses are diverted. Param drishtva nivartate. It is for the higher purpose. That is yukta vairagyam. And at the top, it looks like they have renounced, but inside, Falgu river, riverbed. The example I said, you go inside, it is wet. That means the mind has not been purified. For them, it is Falgu Vairagya. Okay, is mind a friend or enemy? Bandhuratmatmanastasya, 6.6, right? I think, okay. So the verse is not given over here. Bandhur atma manastasya. Bandhu means a friend. Anatmanatu shatrutve. Otherwise, it is your enemy. For him who has conquered the mind is the best friend. But for one who has failed to do so, it is his worst enemy. Both. Okay. I got the verse. Falgu Vairagya. Prapanchayatya buddhya khari sambandhi vastunagam mumukshubhi parityago. Vairagyam Falgu Katyate. Same verse in Purport Srila Prabhupada has written. Okay, in the verse number 10, if you see 6.10, Srila Prabhupada has given both the verses, Yukta Vairagya and Falgu Vairagya. 6.10, note down and read. Yes, directly we went there. 41. Okay, I'll finish and then I will share the Veda base. In between, we are supposed to see one verse which is very, very important to see. How can we control our mind? Disciplining the mind. That is 6.18. We will come back. What is the destination of one who fails in achieving success? Wow. Yeah. See, we keep on trying whole life. What if we don't succeed? What will happen to us? Who can tell the answer? Can anyone tell the answer? Can you please raise your hand? We have discussed ample number of times. If one is not able to succeed in the path of devotion, what will happen to them? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What? 2.40. 2.40 by hearted. Neha Bikrama Nashos. Yes, Ganeshan Prabhu, you want to say?
Yeah, there is no diminution, Mataji. Neha.
Excellent.
Nashta, what is that? Swalpam api asya dharmasya.
Trayate Mahato Bhayat. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Ganeshan Prabhu. Yeah, there is no diminution at all in bhakti. Whatever little you do, that will come with you. It will come back with you when the transcendent body takes place. It comes back. Same thing is saying with another verse over here. This verse also is very, very important verse because we need to get some motivation. No, otherwise we will think, oh my God, after doing so much, again, if I have to go to Patala, Atala, Vitala, Patala, that is animal kingdom. Because mind, I may think of my pet dog, I'll go to animal kingdom. Is it not? So that doubt came to Arjuna. Arjuna knows, Arjuna is already Nitya Siddha in Bhagavan's Loka. He's asking for us because we need that kind of motivation. Okay, it's a beautiful verse once again. Prapya punya kritam lokan ushitva shashwati samaha shuchinam Srimatam Gehe Yogo Nashto Bijayate. That yoga will never go waste. What will happen? You will be born in the Shuchinam Srimatam. Shuchinam means aristocratic family. Srimatam, Shuchinam, Srimatam. So what will happen? If you are not able to, after many years of hanging, what will happen? If you are a yogi, we will go to upper planetary system. Definitely. Because if you are a yogi, you would have never done lot of sinful activities. So obviously, we are going to the Devaloka. Okay, Devaloka is not the destination. Is it not? 9.14, I think. It says, Devaloka is not the destination. Chine Punyar Martir Lokam Vishanti. From there, we will come back. Once the punya gets over. From here only directly we can go. That is why only boat to go to Goloka is this human body in this Martya Loka. Deva body, no. Deva body is spiritual body. Go to Devaloka, you will have spiritual body. Okay. So this human body is essential. So what will happen? From Devaloka, after enjoying so many years, you will be born once again in this Martya Loka. Where you will be born? You will be born in a righteous people who are pious people, so that you get an opportunity to come back to me by doing more punya. Actually, you are not supposed to do either punya karma or papa karma. That's why I say nishkama karma also is not good. Vikarma to not at all. What we have to do? Akarma, which will not bind us. What is akarma? Doing only devotional service. What is devotional service? Doing activities only for the pleasure of the Lord. Sam siddhim haritoshanam. Go to work, enjoy, earn. Everything you do, give 10% to the Lord. Rupa Goswami has said 50% he gave it for Vaishnavas. They were all ministers. Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami, they were ministers in those kingdom, that Muslim kings. Because of their knowledge, they were appointed. They were stinking rich those days. But yeah, but they all, how they retired and all, it's a big story. They ran away, in fact. Okay, but with that money, they served Vaishnava 50%. So you will be born in a righteous person people, or you will be born in an aristocratic family, so that you don't have to endeavor a lot. You don't have to worry about all the artha, kama, moksha. All those things you don't have to. They are known as purushartha. Four purushartha. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So if you are born in these families, you will not be worried about purushartha. You will be doing devotional service. You will be doing akarma, so that you will come back to me. Krishna himself says, this is 6.41 is for a yogi who has not reached a very high level. Who was okay, so-called. Maybe he might have reached it till dhyana. Or okay, samadhi also you can take. But he is not in devotion to remember the Lord at the last moment. Then he fell down. But a yogi who has already reached a high yogic position, then also there are chances to fall down. Bharat Maharaj. Is it not? He fell down after reaching a hub. Such an elevated devotee he was. He fell down. For them, what will happen? He will, what is it? Atava yoginameva. Atava yoginameva. Kule bhavati dhimatam. Kule bhavati dhimatam. High class people's family. Who are they? Devotees. Actually, who are the high class? Vaishnava. Apart from the char, what you call Varnashrama Dharma. We saw no yesterday. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, Brahmane Gavigastini, Shunichaiva Shwapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. Pandita sees everybody equal. But Lord says, apart from the four Varnashrama, Brahmana, Shudra, Shadya, Vaishya, Shudra, there is one kula. Above all, they are Vaishya. They are Vaishnavas. A Shudra can also be a Vaishnava. A Vaishya can also be a Vaishnava. The other two Brahmana and also. Why I am saying a dog eater can also become a Vaishnava. How? Once he comes into bhakti. There is no minimum qualification for that at all. Okay, so 6.1, 6.2, that motivates us how to. Fine. So who is the greatest yogi? Like these are all translated. Yes. Day before we saw, you remember 12 Mahajan. That Bhishma, Drona, Narada, and Yamaraj, all those people, they are the Mahajans, like that. This is the yoga ladder. All other yogas are progression towards the destination of bhakti. What are those yogas? Jnana yoga. First one is karma yoga, nishkama karma yoga, jnana yukta karma. Okay, so karma yoga. Then jnanis, then yogis. Ashtanga yogis are actual yogis who are in the Ashtanga, Yam Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. They have reached till Samadhi. More than karma yogis, they are better. More than jnanis, they are better. Because why? In that limb, Ishvara Pranidhanani is there. If you remember, Yam in Niyam I told, Tapa, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani. There they know there is a Paramatma. The Karma Yogis only in Brahman effulgence. That means they are Brahman realization. There is a Brahma, that is, I am not this soul, I am not this body, I am the soul. That's all, the soul realization, Brahman. Beyond that, they know, these yogis know, there is a Paramatma. But in bhakti, you come to know there is a Bhagavan. So third realization, that is why bhakti. So jnanis are this karma yukta jnani. They are in only Brahman realization. But these yogis come up to Paramatma realization. Okay. But this is the last verse. Again, a verse to be by heart. Yoginamapi sarvesham madgatena andara atmanaha. Shraddhavan bhajate yomam tame yukta samomataha. Out of all yogis, as we saw in the previous line, karma yogi, nishkama karma yogi, and jnani, and ashtanga yogi. Then bhakta. Okay, so out of all, one who worships me in transcendental loving service is the most intimately united. One who worships me means bhakta. He is the highest. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So what is the yoga we are talking about here? This yoga we talk about 1 minute. What was that? This verse. Kate yad yadayo, it is in Bhagavatam. So I am showing you the meaning over here. Okay, you can see. Krite yadyachayo Vishnum Tretayam yajato makaihi Dwapare paricharyayam Kalau tadharikirtanam. This we already discussed many times. 4 yugas. In the Satya Yuga, meditation. Right? And in the Treta Yuga, Yajna. Then in the Dwapara Yuga, temple worship. But in Kali Yuga, Nama Sankirtan. Is it possible to meditate like this? Is it possible to go to Dham Yatra like this in the Kali Yuga? The performance of austerity. What is austerity? Even whatever we eat, we have to think that's an obligation to the Lord. Is it possible to think like that? I said, no, what is it? Sorry, not Janma Karma. Yet Karoshi Yadasnasi. Oh, I told it was a homework, right? 9.27. That is Yet Karoshi Yadasnasi. Whatever we do, whatever we sacrifice, whatever we offer, whatever we eat, we have to do it as a sacrifice to the Lord. Do it for me, Krishna says in that. Okay, so that and all are not possible in this Kali Yuga. Why? What is that? Manda Sumanda Buddhayor Mandayo hai. We have Manda Buddhi, we have less memory, we have lot of forgetfulness, lifespan is also very less. So it is not possible in this Kali Yuga. So whatever result was obtained in Satya Yuga by meditating, Treta Yuga by doing tapa, austerity, Dwapara Yuga by doing temple worship, and that can be obtained sitting at home, simply chanting, wherever you want, whenever you want, with whomsoever you want, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So we should be so grateful to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us this. Again, one more you see here. Jiva Goswami has written, Ata Kalatapo Yogo Vidyayandatika Kriyaha Sangha Bhavanti Na Krita Kushalatai api Dehinaha. So simple this is. That's in the age of Kali Yuga. The practice of austerity, yoga, meditation, worship, all sacrifice, everything. So Nama Sankirtan is the yajna for Kali Yuga. This is a sacrifice. This is austerity. This is a meditation. So this is the meditation for Kali Yuga. What is that? Nama Sankirtan. Another one, in this way, the most, another reference. Okay, by what is it? 1 second, where is it given? Chaturmasya Mahamadhyam. It is given in the Skanda Purana. The Chaturmasya we were talking about yesterday, Narada. Example I told you, remember? His mother was working in somebody's house as a maid servant. The sages used to come for Chaturmasya. So he got that Uchishta, Padadhuli, Padajala, Uchishta. These three things help us to elevate. So in the Chaturmasya, what happens? Full and full meditation we are supposed to do. In this way, the most perfect penance to be executed in this world is the chanting of the name of Hari, Hare, Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Skanda Purana, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavatam all say that in this Kali Yuga, you don't have to worry about anything. What will happen? We have to only do Nama Sankirtan. Hare Krishna. Where is my mouse gone? Okay. So here we will go to the next slide. This we saw just now. So same thing, Satya Yuga meditation, Treta Yuga yajna, Dwapara Yuga elaborate temple worship, Kali Yuga chanting the holy name. As I told you, do you want to go by staircase, going to every floor, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, then Bhakti Yoga, or do you want to take an elevator and go to Goloka? You yourself can decide. So what is a mantra? Kali Yuga mantra we said, right? Man ko tarne wala, that means one which churns. Damodar, we saw that Yashoda Maya is churning the buttermilk to get butter. So this mantra means the more we recite, Sevin Mukhi Jigva do Swayam Evas Pratedaga, the more we glorify the Lord. How to glorify? By chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By Swadhyaya, if you remember just now today, I told so many times, in Niyama it comes. Tapa Swadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanani. So read. How many books are there of Srila Prabhupada's? Read that. So this Narayan Chaitanya Samhita also says about the same. Dwapara Yuga, what is the month? What is the austerity? That Treta Yuga, what is austerity? Kali Yuga, what is the austerity? So in the age of Kali, people should simply chant the holy name. That's the meaning of this verse. What is this? What is the verse? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare, I mean, Kalau Nastyeva, Gatir Anyata. In this Kali Yuga, there is no other way. See, Hare Nama, Iva Kevalam, Kalau Nastyeva, Gatir Anyata. No other way. You have to simply chant. Today, tomorrow, day after, next birth, whatever it is. Finally, you can go back to Godhead only by chanting. So why not today? Why not now? Kale don't chena Rajana. This meaning is also the same. What is it? Yajna. That is what yajna we have to do. Tapa. Yajna means what? Sacrifice. So whatever in this Kali Yuga we have to sacrifice to the Lord is the same. It is 10.25 verse it is. What is that? 10.25. 1 second, I forgot. Yes. Sorry. I went to 10.12. 10.25 says, okay. Damsha kalani chamukani drishtva kalana sannibhava disho na jani na labecha sarma prasida devesha jagannivasa. There's no jagannivasa. That Paramatma is residing every heart. Sarvasya chagam gridi sannivishto matta smritir jnanam apoganam cha. Hridi Sanni Vishto. The Lord resides in every heart. He will note down how many times we chant his holy name. My Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, in your holy name there is all good fortune for the living entity. And therefore, you have many names as Krishna, Govinda, Narayana, Gopala. Go. Yesterday, Acha, oh. Today is that Gopashtami. Thank God. Krishna, Chaitanya, Mahaprabhu helped us to remember. Govinda. Go is cow. Krishna loves cow. Govinda, Gopala, Govardhana. Everywhere he attaches go. So he loves go. Today is the day wherein Krishna starts. Yesterday I said, no, Pauganda Vasta. 6 years to 10 years it is. So Krishna entered and Krishna tells Nanda Baba, oh, Nanda Baba, actually Krishna tells Yashoda Maya, I want to help Nanda Baba. He is becoming older. Till date I was grazing only the calves. Today I can start grazing the cows. The cows went and made all the pattar, kankar, everything so smooth. Yesterday we said, no, Raman Reti. Okay. Hare Krishna. Panchatattva Mahamantra. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. All of you can recite this along with me. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Shri Advaita Gadadhara.
Shri Advaita Gadadhara.
Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Shadi Adi Bhakta Vrinda.
Very good. Thank you. So the 5 people came along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sorry, 4 people came along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Said they are known as Pancha Mahatattva. So who all are there in Pancha Mahatattva? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Lord Krishna himself. He came in the bhava of Radharani. Then Nityananda Prabhu, he is Balram. Then Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya is none other than Narada, Shiva, Shambhu Tattva. Gadadhar. Gadadhar is Radharani. Shiva says Narad. So he came with all of them. Balram, Shiva, Radharani and Narad. I was saying, Advaita Acharya. Yeah, today that in which shloka I told you, I will tell you about in the morning I heard it. Okay, we'll come back. That is, I wanted you all to see 6.10 or 6.18 to discipline our mind. This is 6.18. This is the last verse. Yoginam api sarvesham adgatena andaratmanaga Shraddhavan bhajate yoman tami yukta samo mataha. Out of all yogis, Bhakti Yoga is the best. Okay. That is what is given in the last verse. But try to by heart that verse. But I want to discuss about the 18th verse. 18th verse helps us to discipline our mind. So what is this verse about? All very important verse it is. Yes. Yada viniyatam chittam atmanam avasadaye atmaiva. Yes. Yada viniyatam chittam atmanam eva vashtitaha nispruga sarva kamebhyo yukta ichyutyate tatha. So when the yogi by practice disciplines his mental activities. So disciplining the mental activities starts with disciplining the thoughts. That is why we saw about yam and niyam. Then the gross, that is the asan. So if we all do it, disciplining the mind becomes very easier. The mind will be devoid of material desires. The mind will give away. The senses are controlled. If the senses are only attracted by the sense object, what a sense object? A big billboard. Explaining, showing a movie scene. So we are attracted to the object. We hear pop music. We get attracted to we see gulab jamun, having sugar. We want to have it. So senses are attracted to the sense object. So devoid of material desire, if we do not want to, this is a very, very important verse. These three, Bhagavatam 9.4, 9th canto, 4th chapter, 18, 19, 20, 3 verses. This talks about how to control the senses. The senses, if you tell, oh sense, don't get attracted to it. It will not listen. It will get more. Whatever we say, don't, my senses will feel like doing. So we have to divert it for the higher purpose. What is the phrase I have been telling last 3 days for higher purpose? Can anyone share? For the higher purpose. Higher means param, paramatma, param, param bhava, param dhamma, paramam pavitram bhavan, param. I gave a hint also. Param drishtva nivartate, for the higher purpose. So control the, divert the senses instead of controlling towards higher purpose. Who did it? Ambarisha Maharaj. Ambarisha Maharaj used all his senses. Okay, just listen to this. Savai mana Krishna padara vindur vachan sivai kunta gunanu varnene. Mind is for Padaravindur. My mind is all that time at the lotus feet of the Lord. His mind used to be engaged in worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord. Vachansi Vaikunta Gunanu Varnane. Whatever, if you open your mouth, the tongue will be utilized only for singing the guna of whom? That Vaikunta Vasi, who is residing in the Vaikunta. So the moment we open the mouth, Krishna Govinda, Krishna Rama Govinda, Gopala, only that should come. Karau Harer Mandira Marjana Dishau Karau. Yesterday I said no, that Mandira Marjanam, it happens Gundicha Mandir before the Rath Yatra. So if we have hand, that hand should be only utilized for cleaning the temple. Shrutim Chakaram Chiyutasakatayo Shrutim. If you want to hear something, you have to hear only Harikatha. So that means he's saying mind he is using for meditation at the lotus feet of the Lord, and the tongue he uses for seven mukhehi jikhvado, okay, hand for cleaning the temple, ears for hearing Harikatha. Mukundalinga Layadarshane Darshav. If you want to use your leg, it is used only for going to the temple to have the darshan of the Lord. Tadbritya Gatara Sparshayanga Sangamam. Granam. Aha, beautiful. Granam is used. Why do we use this granam? It's, I said, Shotam Chakshus Parshanam Rasanam Granam. Smelling the garland which was used for the Lord. Use that. The incense, the deepa, the kapoor, the agarbatti, all those we have to smell. The dress which the Lord wore, take it and smell it. So that smelling ability should be utilized only for that purpose. Srimad Tulasi, we can smell the Tulasi. Rasanam tatarpite, rasanam, taste. You have to taste only Krishna Prasadam. We have to taste only the boga which has been offered to the Lord. Nothing else. Okay. Padav Hare Kshetra Padana Shulpante. This also I get. Dham Yatra. We should use our legs for going for Dham Yatra. Shiyo Rishikesha Padavi Bandane. Kamam Chadasyet Natu. Kama Kamaya. Yato Atma Shoka Janashayaratihi. So that means we have to control the material desire, kama, lust. Here also it is told. So all these senses should be utilized only for serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We say now how to serve Mataji. Take a tulsi which has been offered to the Lord, smell. This is a seva. Take the mala, like you might have seen in ISKCON, whenever all our Vaishnavas give classes, our gurus give classes, the garland which is owned by the Lord is given to them, and they share it with all the devotees. They go with that. We all smell it. Okay. So now once again we will read the purport. King Ambarisha Maharaja, first of all engaged his mind on the lotus feet of the Lord. Then one after the another, he engaged his words in describing the transcendental qualities of the Lord, his hands in mopping the temple of the Lord, his ears in hearing the activities of the Lord, his eyes in seeing the transcendental form of the Lord, his body in touching the bodies of the devotees, his senses of smell in smelling the scents of the lotus flowers offered to the Lord, his tongue in tasting the tulsi leaf offered to the Lord, and his legs in going going to the places of pilgrimage and the temple of the Lord. His head in offering the obeisances unto the Lord. And his desires, no karma, only in executing the mission of the Lord. All these transcendental activities are quite befitting a pure devotee. Okay, so thus you can understand Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanidam. All are involved in this? Yes? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much, devotees. So this verse, you remember, disciplining the mind can be done like this. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mataji, would you please 1 second explain this Panchatattva mantra, that meaning, Jai Shri Krishna Nityananda.
Yeah, right now I'm
Sri
sharing.
Advaitanda,
I'm right now.
Gaurava. What is that meaning? Nityananda Prabhu, then Sri Advaita Gadadhara represents?
Shiva's Adi. Adi means etc. Shiva's is another. The last one on the left hand side whom you see is Shiva's Pandit. Shiva Pandit is the Tattva of Narada. Actually, in Mayapur, if you go, once again, Panchatattva Mahamantra, I said, na?
Yes, Mother.
Mantra. See, Prabhuji, when we go to Mayapur, we have Shiva's Angan. Shiva's Angan is, 1 second. Yeah, I'm pasting it in the chat, Prabhuji. In Shiva's Angan, this Kirtan used to happen. Which Kirtan? What happened to me? Are you able to see my screen? I don't think so.
No.
No, I'm out of the meeting, but my Zoom screen is not. I'm not getting screen share. 1 second. Where is my Zoom screen? Yes, Prabhu. I'm putting it in the chat. Okay. Actually, Prabhu, Mataji has already put, I think. Yes. Shiva Sangan is used for Sangeetan. Mahaprabhu used to come to Shiva's Acharya's house, and there the Nama Sangeetan used to take place from morning to night. All the other people, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar, they all used to come to Shiva's house. There is one incident in Shiva's house happened. One day when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in total ecstasy, he was doing Sankirtan. Shiva's Acharya's son passed away. And the ladies were crying. Then Shiva's Acharya somehow felt, some noise is coming. He went running inside. They saw these ladies were crying over the body. He said, "There you are. Nobody will make any noise. Mahaprabhu's Kirtan is going on. I don't want him to get, disturbed." He made everybody quiet and came. But in few minutes only, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, no, he only said, "Something is going on here. I'm not getting that ecstasy. It is diminished. Why? What is the reason?" Finally, he only finds out, he goes inside. And this is told as an example of a devotee. Devotee want only Lord's pleasure. Samsiddhim haritoshanam. He did not want his Sankirtan to get disturbed by this incident. And the Lord gets his son and all back. So Shiva's Acharya comes in the bhava of Narada Muni. I have put the meaning as well as everything here, Prabhuji. You can take it.